Good morning, good morning, good morning. Again, another wonderful and glorious and awesome and beautiful and great day to be alive. It's a good day to know the living God. You know, sometimes, well, not sometimes, pretty much all the time, we would like things to be easier, to be kind of, as I've heard it said, floating through life on flowery beds of ease. Because that feels a whole lot better. But you know, growth a lot of times comes through some sort of pressure, some sort of opposition. And that's where all the victory, if you read, of course, all the stories in the Bible and a lot of the stories of people who've done great things, it's always they overcame obstacles and they triumphed. And thank God he said he would never leave us nor forsake us. So we can overcome and we can triumph because we have the creator of the universe living inside of us. Amen. Now, I was reading in Proverbs chapter 11 this morning, and I was noticing a nice theme here. Thought I'd share it with you. I'm going to jump straight into verse 3, where it says, "The integrity of the upright will guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors will destroy them." You know, it always pays to maintain integrity. Never get this foolish idea that you need to use the wicked's tools or fight fire with fire, so to speak, to win the battle. You know, you're like, well, he keeps doing this, and I'm just going to get him back for it. Well, the integrity, maintain integrity. Stick with what God says all the time, because perverseness of transgressors will destroy them. You know, transgressors, you've got the real, which is what the upright need to use, the integrity of the upright. And then you've got what is twisted. And that's what wickedness is, right? When something is, you take it and you twist it. I'm not talking about twisting it like you take a bunch of ropes and you twist them and make something stronger. No, wickedness is when you take something and you distort it, right? That's the tools they have. So on one side, there's tools that are distorted, fake. On the other side, there are the original, real, powerful tools that God has. Which side do you suppose we should pick? You know, it's like, see, I said before you, life and death. Therefore, choose life that both you and your descendants may live. So he says, basically, the good do good, and the bad are destroyed because of their doing bad. They're not necessarily destroyed by the good. They're destroyed because they're doing bad. Verse 4, riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. Verse 5, the righteousness of the upright will direct his way. Again, good is doing good, right? But the wicked will fall by his own wickedness. Verse 6, the righteousness of the upright will deliver them, but transgressors will be taken by their schemes. It's the very actions of the transgressors that pull them in and cause their downfall. And when a wicked man, verse 7, dies, his expectation will perish, and the hope of unjust men perishes. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked comes in his place. A hypocrite with his mouth destroys his neighbor, but through knowledge the just will be delivered. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices. You put on your dancing shoes. And when the wicked perish, there is shouting. I used to hear a minister often say, you got your shouting clothes on. Well, I mean, we don't like to think about people perishing, but when the wicked perish, there is shouting. That's what the word says. Now let me jump back down to, hope I can find it. There he goes. Verse 19 says, as righteousness tends to life, so he who pursues evil pursues it to his own death. Again, you have righteousness that causes life, that sustains them. Doing what's right sustains people. But when you do what's wrong or evil or wicked, in God's sight, obviously, and of course, most times people have an understanding it's wrong in their own heart, it leads to your own death. It is bad. This is an admonition to you. Don't do what is bad. I like to tell that to my kids. Don't do what's wrong. Don't be evil, okay? Don't be evil. Righteousness will deliver you. I think I'm going to drag this on too long. So, righteousness will deliver us. It will deliver you. He will deliver you. The living God will deliver you. So we must stick with our integrity, with walking in love, with doing whatever the Lord puts in our hearts. Because the wickedness, the very actions of evil, will be their own downfall. Amen. Be blessed.